zone. International zone here in Pattaya, Thailand, okay. Representing for my brother BMT.
Yes, sir.
Travel is life.
And you will be on a commercial when you like.
All right.
See, I'm repping that BMT. No matter where I go, no matter where I be. Rocking it like that, man. I love the fit of this shirt, bro.
Bro, look, I just happened to get out the elevator. Look at it. The BMT shirt on. You know, we representing all the way in Thailand, man.
What's up, y'all? It's the Travel OG, and I got to do my BMT commercial, man, for my BMT shirt, man. This shirt is so dope, man. It shows off your guns, fits your muscles, gives you room at the bottom for the belly, and then you repping the BMT brand, man. So make sure y'all pick up that BMT shirt because it's fire. It looks good. He got them in different colors, and I'm telling y'all, man, the fit, it ain't that cheap. It's a real quality shirt, man. I love it, BMT. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for blessing me with the shirt. And I'll see you on the other side. You dig?
Fellas, don't forget to check out the Black Man Travels merch store where you can purchase BMT t-shirts, tank tops, travel quote tees, and much more. All right, we are live. Welcome, family, to another show. We got a very good show for you guys today. We're going to be discussing can you be masculine, truly masculine? Can you preach a masculine message, all right, on social media? Some of you guys might not be familiar with this guy named Andrew Tate. He's a very popular social influencer, speaking on a lot of men's topics, a lot of men's issues and concerns of dating. He has been recently banned from Instagram and Facebook. So we're going to discuss that. We're going to discuss a few other things as well. But before we get started, let me see who's all in the chat. We got my dude Grego checking in the building. What up, Grego? Hope all is well with you today. All right, let's see who's the first in the room. Marquise 912 said they want all men to be feminine and submissive. Very true. That is everybody asking about who say. I'm gonna play a little quick clip if you're not familiar with this Andrew Tate guy. All right, to give you a little background, he had close to 4 million followers on Instagram. He had billions of views on YouTube. So he was preaching pretty much the red pill message on the dynamics of male and female relationships. And his father, he's actually biracial. His father was one of the first black chess masters. All right. And he was pretty much raised primarily by his father. And some consider him somewhat of a passport bro. He's originally from, I believe it's Ohio, something like that, in America. But he lives in Romania, so he does not live in the States. As a matter of fact, I wish I could have found that clip of him saying that if you are living in the United States and you have the option to leave the United States, you are an idiot. But before we get into that, I'm definitely going to play the video for you guys to kind of give you some more information. Real quick, I want to shout out, of course, you're not going to do this every show. I want to shout out the private Facebook group, Passport Bros. All right, we at 7K. Passport Bros has getting a lot of attention lately within the media. Some people might be even shocked to see black men expand their options and traveling the world. But if you haven't already joined, make sure you guys join the private Facebook group, man. All right, got a lot of good information. Just let me scroll through a little right here. Just got to post salute to the original passport, bro. You see this brother out here like it might have been World War I or World War II with an Asian woman. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Just, guys just exchanging information. Basically, what the group is really about is more so trip reports. Guys make trip reports. They've been in countries that most cats hadn't even heard of. They just give us a detailed, account, a report on, some of the activities of what to do or when to travel to that said country. So it's a lot of good information. So guys, make sure if you haven't already joined, you can join the private Facebook group Passport Bros, or you can join Black Men Travels 2.0. All right. The original group was taken down. We was limited when we created the group again. So that's why we created the Passport Bros group. So the Black Men Travels 2.0 group, it still got some limitations on it. Sometimes we can't approve posts or we can't let people in for whatever reason. Not sure why. All right. Not sure why, but we're talking about social media giants today, and Facebook is one of those social media giants. All right. So you can also join the Black Men Travels 2.0 group as well. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump right into a clip of this guy. And you'll hear some similar, if you're not familiar with him, you'll definitely hear some of the similar talking points that you guys might hear. And I guess you want to call it the manosphere, the Black manosphere, in concerns of dating pretty much Western women, dating in the West. All right. Shout out to my dude, Xavier Lancaster. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. Hate speech equals anything these platforms don't agree with. Yeah, we're going to discuss this because this is very interesting. This is very interesting. And this does concern us to a certain degree. But before we end the show, I'm definitely going to come out with a solution. So let me put this out here real quick. Let me just show you a clip to familiarize you guys with this guy. Hold on.
Recognize this man.
I said that if a woman is going out with a man, she belongs to that man. That's his woman. So she wants to do OnlyFans. She owes him some money because she's his.
Women should clean. And I sat there and I thought, how are women allowed to drive?
Andrew Tate is a self-described misogynist who has recently been booted off Instagram and Facebook. And his actions have been described as capable of radicalizing men and boys to commit harm offline.
Now that's a real loaded statement. I've never heard him try to mobilize boys, children, and men to create, to do anything radical outside. But that's crazy.
The 35-year-old is a former professional kickboxer who now creates content and runs an online course in modern wealth creation at a company he founded called Hustlers University. He's publicly said that he made his first million when he was just 27 years old, and that by 32 he had 100 million. He's also said that he became a trillionaire quite recently. But the problem is that there are actually no trillionaires on the planet, with Elon Musk estimated to be worth $250 billion. Essential Sport says that Tate's net worth is closer to $30 million.
Fucking air stewardess is minimum wage.
His videos promoting misogyny have come to prominence this summer. He had 4.7 million Instagram followers at the time that his account was removed. It had grown rapidly from 1 million followers just 2 months before. Although his account has been banned from the platform, TikTok has been flooded with content about Tate.
So they basically banned him off of, the major social media. I think they banned him off Twitter. They banned him off Facebook. And they also banned him off of Instagram. All right. Now, they're considering, I guess they're using the hate speech policy. I'm not really sure, but it's funny because if you see some of the videos that are made about him by some of the women and even men, those would be, in my opinion, considered to be way more hate speech than what he's saying, basically, because they're referring to him like more so of not his talking points, but his character trying to tear him down. All right. So this guy was basically, banned off social media, really for no point at all, but the fact that he had a voice. He had a voice. He had a large voice, and there was accusing him of changing the way men think. Now, if you're familiar with this space, we've been talking about some of the issues in Western society as far as out of check feminism and crazy hypergamy and some of the issues we face in dating women in the West. All right. Most passport bros, you know, for the most part, they might dibble and dabble in dating in America, but most of us have opted out, you know, in general, especially if you guys can spend long periods of time overseas. Most guys have actually opted out to date women that are a little bit more feminine, basically. And that's what he was preaching. That's why he was over there in Romania. So the question you have to ask yourself is, you know, what are we really utilizing in social media? What has social media become? All right. What in this day and age, what has social media become? Social media, when it first started, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, to when it first started, it was something new. You know, it was pure in its newness. I mean, they knew it was going to take over quickly. They understood the power of social media, but in my opinion, social media has changed drastically in the last, I would say, 10 years, basically, where it's being monitored a whole lot more. All right. You know, the officials, the government people, they are monitoring. You know, if you're doing some crazy stuff on Instagram or something, the police, they have special departments now. All right. Social media has changed. Social media now, guys. All right. And people don't really have a full understanding of this for the most part, because they still feel like there's certain freedoms to be had on your Instagram or your Facebook, and they got all your information on your phone. You sign over all your informational rights basically to them. That has been pretty much social media now. The popular social media giants, Facebook and all that, Twitter and all that. You know, Twitter's a little bit more racy, the more racy of them. You know, they've been pretty much watched, man. Those are controlled platforms. They're just as controlled as the media on the television now. They're trying to stop any real progress to a certain degree for any type of movement that they feel like will go against what their agenda is. All right. So you got these think tanks that wants the American public to basically be a certain way. They want to pretty much feminize the American public, because patriarchies are dangerous. Patriarchies are dangerous to the government. All right. When you have a whole family, you know, meaning the father, the mother, the child, basically, and you form a community around that family unit. Then from the community comes a society, and that society can turn on you at a pivot's head. This is why a lot of societies in the Middle East, you'll have a lot of coups in Africa and places like that. Most of those societies are going to be patriarchal. They're going to fight for what they believe in for the most part. Instead of just sit back and complain and march, they're going to actually put in work to where they'll make it very uncomfortable for the government. All right. That's why it's so important. So they want to keep America feminized, you know what I'm saying? At all costs. And the way to do that is to project certain movies, certain television shows, certain talking points, even all the way down to the certain lighting they have in these movies. All right. The subtext they have in these scripts. You got women 120 pounds flying over doing jump kicks to 3 men, 200-pound men. You know, this is all propaganda to a certain degree to make women feel like they up there in concerns of, you know, what men are good at. You feel me? To where they don't really need them. That's what a lot of women think, unfortunately. And that's what's going on in the West. All right. They want to keep the societies there feminized because patriarchies are way too dangerous. So when you have a guy like this, you have a guy like Andrew Tate. All right. You have other guys that have a large influence. He's, you know, is charismatic. You know, he speaks, is captivating. He knows how to speak. And he speaks on topics and concerns of actually helping men to stay in a masculine frame no matter what. All right. And dealing with women, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't deal with American women as well. I'm not saying all of them are bad. Let me make that disclaimer real quick before we get to the gist of the show. But in general, I'm pretty sure the women in Romania are a little bit more submissive than the ones in the States. All right. So let me catch these super chats, man. I'm gonna talk on another talking point real quick before I start bringing guys on for the show. All right. Currently it's Saturday night here in Pattaya, Thailand. You know, I'm pretty sure the streets are packed, you know, with beautiful women and parties and everything. But we in here, man. We chopping it up. I want to give a special shout out to Akin, the model, with $1.99 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He said, shout out to the Passport Bros. Get your passport. Shout out to Buck Travel. He says he's mixed, half African and half Romanian, born and raised in UK. I thought he was American, bro. You sure about that? Shout out to Watashi International, $1.99 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He says, I got my t-shirt patio in 2 weeks. That's what's up, man. Appreciate the support. I'm assuming you got the BMT Thailand shirt since you on the way out here. Yeah, guys, make sure you check out the merch, man. You know, check out the merch. Right, but appreciate that support, brother. Watashi International. I appreciate that, bro. Definitely appreciate that. Let's see what we got here. Shout out to Mr. G's World. I haven't seen you in a while, man. What's going on, brother? With $2 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. High value trillionaire dating coach. I wouldn't really consider him a dating coach like that. He's more like a AMS to a certain degree. I mean, they're kind of in that same lane, but it's more or less, you know, teaching guys to hold on to their masculine principles. And he does say a lot of stuff that's, you know, very true. Unfortunately, in this generation, man, you know, because I came up, you know, with uncles and, you know, guys that were very good with women, basically. And, you know, I was able to kind of learn and, you know, be a sponge in concerns of communicating with women from them. You know, they gave me the reality of, you know, how women were way back in the day. So I didn't have to come up, you know, having to get books and, you know, Mackin classes to be able to understand, you know, raw female nature. I was already taught that. But unfortunately, in this generation, a lot of guys, you know, they get raised by, you know, their moms. They don't have any, you know, men around. They don't have the uncles around. Everybody's, you know, hustling and working, doing what they do. So they get raised by the television. When they get out there in the real world, you know, sometimes it can be too much for them. That's why, you know, black men develop hypertension in their 20s, in their early 20s. So much stress because they haven't been properly prepared for the outside world. It gets real. And then you find out very quickly that you got some good women out there, but you got some evil women out there too. All right. But if you're looking at the television, you wouldn't even think that there's such thing as an evil woman, right? Because the media always projects them as the victim, no matter what they do. You feel me? And that's all by design. That's all by design to make you the villain and make them the heiress, even though they're in the wrong. They don't have to be held accountable for anything that they do, unfortunately. And it's the opposite when you go overseas and you look at these other societies, especially, you know, around, you know, Asia and the Middle East and East Africa and everything, where women are highly held accountable for their actions. I'm telling you right now, in some of these countries, if you're a single mother, it's a wrap. You know, if you over in Russia or, you know, even a lot of places, man, if you know, you cross over that 25 age, those local men are not even looking your way. All right. So they really hold their women accountable. That's why their women can make better decisions, because they know, all right, if they don't make the proper decisions and they have the guidance of their family, in most cases, of who they want to be with, you know, who they want to date, you know, whether that be American men, local men, whatever, it always goes through the family. I think me and Andre did a show about that, about dating in Colombia, right? They're kind of coerced to make the proper decisions on who they decide to spend the rest of their life with, versus, you know, in America, guys that have become so thirsty, especially guys without passports, that they're willing to accept anything. And then that woman takes that from that relationship, then she goes to another relationship, and relationship after relationship, it gets more and more dysfunctional. All right. Serial daters. Women have been single for 20, 30 some years. All right. Shout out to Gino Chaos Hedgie Richardson with a $19.99 super chat. I really appreciate it. He says, what's good, BMT? Salute to the travel gang. I'm headed to Antigua later this year. That's what's up, man. That is what's up. All right. We got Mr. G here in the building once again. Let me check him out real quick. Shout out to DJ Cutter. Mr. G's World for the 5 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He says, do not avoid where he says your mother and my sister should be properties. Is that what you want for your doctor mother? I'm not sure what that means, bro. I'm not sure what that really means. Do not avoid where he says your mother. Not really sure what that means, man. You might want to rewrite that, but I do appreciate the $5 super chat. I appreciate that. So, guys, real quick, I want to show this real quick. Well, before I get to that video, I want you guys to just check out the current temperature in America in concerns of men and women relationships. All right. I want you to really check this out. So I want to show you this real quick. All right. This is what's going on in America right now. If you are a high value male, if you're, popular, or if, you're successful, you got to be really careful if you're doing the bachelor thing in America, right? If you're dating multiple women in your early 20s and you happen to have a bag, or you got something good going on, you're in a very good position, or women can see you being put in a certain position, you got to be extra, extra careful. Now, I want you to peep this real quick. Hold on. Let's move that out the way. I want you to peep this real quick. Now, this is an article that came out not too long ago. All right, a couple of weeks ago. It says, woman claims attorney offered her $200K to lie on Trey Songz to make him the next R. Kelly. All right. Now, I'm not sure if the attorney got any charges. I don't know if it was any follow-up on that. I haven't heard anything, but that's the current temperature. All right. They know in this temperature that they can just make an accusation. They can go to any woman in your sexual past. They can go through your Instagram. They can see, okay, who he's been dating the last few months. They can go to the parties and they can plot and they can say, a lot of times these women, they hop into bed with guys quickly that's, having a little name to themselves and look successful. Then they figure out, hey, this guy's just going to move on to the next one, become a dime a dozen in that type of lifestyle, in that type of industry. And a lot of women end up being sour because they might have thought that it might have been something that they was going to get saved and, all that good stuff. Usually when celebrities kind of stick in that same circle of women with wealth like them. So you'll have, lawyers or attorneys or other women knowing the temperature of America right now to go and try to make false accusations against men that are successful. All right. To try to go run up a bag on a guy, ruin a guy's reputation. This guy's Trey Songz, man. I seriously doubt that an R&B singer as successful as Trey Songz is going around just raping women, I'm not sure about what they're trying to pull, but I believe they tried to get some case on them and they was all dropped because they didn't have any proof. So that's the temperature in America right now, guys. That's the temperature. It's crazy. It's like I say, yeah, the whole Me Too movement. Yeah, they really did plot on him like that. 200K. Yep. So, guys, I want to play this real quick clip by my brother O'Shea Duke Jackson. Let me put this up on the screen real quick. Hold on. Where we at? All right. Shout out to my dude O'Shea. I want to play this real clip. He did a really good video today that I had to point this video out. All right, let me see where we at. Now, as most of you know already,
the NFL
with this Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson, right? He had a whole bunch of women charging him. I read a little of the details. It was real kind of like all over the place. I guess he was getting quote unquote massages from a whole bunch of different women. When he tried to get released from Texas, all this kind of magically came out. So it seemed like it might have been some type of initiative, all right, when he wanted to lead the Texans. But we can't really prove that. But that's what it may seem like. And all these women came out with charges against him. That's why I say, man, if you in America, if you're doing what guys used to do in the 90s, early 2000s, you got to be real. You got to tread real carefully, man, because women love that bag. I'm not saying all of them would do nothing like this, but hey, women love the bag. They'll run it up on you real quick. They can accuse you of something without any type of proof to damage you. Then, it is what it is. So I'm going to play this clip real quick. Shout out to my dude, O'Shea. Shout out to you, bro. Hold on. Now, before I play the clip, keep in mind, he was innocent of all charges. I think all the charges were dropped. They didn't have any proof. So this is a ruling from the NFL, separate from the legal system. Because in the legal system, he's innocent. But this is a separate ruling by the NFL. All right, this is what the NFL decided to do, just based off of accusations. Check this out.
On an 11-game suspension, a $5 million fine.
Let me start that over again.
Okay, so the Deshaun Watson news just dropped. The NFL decided on an 11-game suspension, a $5 million fine, and Deshaun Watson must undergo evaluation and treatment. Okay, first reaction, I'm very surprised that he only got 11 games from the league.
So that's the whole season. Keep in mind, he was found innocent. The charges were dropped, all right? They didn't have enough evidence. As a matter of fact, the prosecutor couldn't even bring up any charges because they didn't have anything. It was like, listen, this is just hearsay, basically. Everything is consensual. Everything is consensual.
Thought that it was pretty much a lock that he was going to get suspended for the entire season, if not more.
So there we have it. Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson has been officially suspended by the NFL for 11 games. And not only that, he'll be forced to make a $5 million contribution to a charity that is for fundraisers and things like that. But now, what's the big picture idea here? Now, he hasn't been charged with anything. In fact,
he has not been charged with anything. Anything now. He's just a young man, successful, doing what young men do that are successful.
There's been some evidence that even some of the ladies were not even telling the truth. But I want to play you this particular clip of him at the Jaguars game and what fans were saying to him. Play that clip.
Jacksonville welcomes Deshaun Watson.
You sick fuck! 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 You sick fuck!
Yes, this is what people are saying to him. From now on, he's known as the guy that does many nasty things to women. And even Deshaun Watson has come out and apologized. We'll play that.
Look, I want to say that I'm truly sorry to all the women that I've impacted in this situation. My decisions that I made in my life that put me in this position, I would definitely like to have back, but I want to continue to move forward and grow and learn and show that, I am a true person of character, and I want to keep pushing forward.
Grow and learn. We fully expect that there will be some time that you are away from the team. What does your growth on a personal level look like? How are you spending that time?
So basically, he's in trouble for having sex with a whole bunch of women, basically. Consensual sex with a whole bunch of women. He was found. They did, like I said, they dropped all the charges of him. It's just amazing to me, man. Now, the question is, if he had a passport, if he was traveling the world, and he did his, sexual activities outside the states, would he save $5 million in playing with a season with the NFL? All right.
I know I have a lot of work to put in, especially on the field, to be able to make sure I'm ready to play whenever that time comes, whenever I can step back on the field. But also, the biggest thing is I want to continue counseling, and I want to make sure that I'm growing as a person, as an individual.
So what does he need counseling for? What does he need counseling for? This is what's going on in the States right now, guys. This is all the way real. And they expect for us to endure all this, right? The legal system, false accusations, false charges, right? No accountability. Women can just get away with a lot of crazy stuff, basically. You can just accuse anybody of anything right now. If you got any money, they can run that bag up on you. They can go get a lawyer. The lawyer will offer you money to lie on somebody right now. That's the whole emphasis of the Me Too movement. Not saying it's all BS, but that's a large part of it.
For my decision making on and off the field, and I want to make sure that I'm just evolving in the community as much as possible, and that's for the Cleveland community, that's the NFL community, and beyond.
And for some of us, we're saying that maybe he apologized for things that he didn't even do. I'll leave that up to you. But now, what's the message, though? The message to guys who are affluent, guys who are doing very well, guys who come from nothing into something, and you believe that now all the women want to be around you because you're special, because you're now the man. Let me tell you guys something, right? As soon as you can get it, you can lose it. Let me tell you about Flutterwave. Flutterwave is a company.
So I just want to put that out there real quick. All right, I'm not gonna play the whole video, but that last statement, shout out to my brother O'Shea, was a real statement, man. As soon as you make it, you can lose it. All right. I don't know if they want men to be robots in America or whatnot. It's amazing that he has to go through all of this when legally he was innocent. Let's see. Men gave away their power. Now this is what happened. Shout out to Damon Walton. This is a humiliation ritual he's going through. Yeah, it is, man. It is. It is right now. This is why, all right, on this channel, we talk about the benefits of being a global citizen, guys. That's one of the benefits, all right? That's one of the benefits. Not having to deal with all America's BS, okay? That's one of the main benefits right there. We talk about, cheap healthcare, affordable healthcare. We talk about leveraging the American dollar on this channel. We talk about monthly budgets on this channel to get you guys to possibly leave America for good, man. Because America is getting more and more chaotic. Not saying you can't become a millionaire there, all right? You guys got roots there, but the power of being able to live in one country, go to this country, move to another country, and to tap into their system, tap into their credit system, tap into their banking system, all right? Now you have leverage for yourself. Now you can be truly independent. Just in case things hit the fan in America, you already know you got roots over there in another foreign country, all right? Men have been doing this for years. We might be the last of the party. That's why it's such an understanding that why is it so a problem when black men start traveling? What's the issue? Men have been traveling for decades. Why is it such a problem? The reason it's such a problem because a lot of people are envious and jealous, even of the men, and a lot of women, not a lot, but a good amount of women that have, let's say, broken relationships, with men. Misery loves company. They want you to go through it with them. All right. They want you to be miserable like them. They don't like to hear men going overseas, learning different languages and exploring the world. You in Morocco one day, you in Colombia the next day. They see it on your Instagram and they just curious of how you can afford that lifestyle. All right. But you might just be a digital nomad. All right. You might be making 40, 50 a year. But that goes a long way overseas. And this is what we're preaching. That's why I don't want to get so caught up in all the trash that's been put out. All the, disinformation about the passport bros. Just for guys to get clicks and views because they know this space is hot right now. But if you listen to their talking points, which you shouldn't really even try to listen to their talking points because it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You shouldn't be envious or worry about anybody else doing what they're doing. All right. Nobody has an issue when they travel. They only have issues when we decide to travel and expand our options because we're supposed to be the downtrodden of our society, basically. We're supposed to be miserable. We're supposed to be the cleanup men in our community. They don't want to see us go. They don't want to see us happy, but they don't want to see us go. All right. So it's up to you. You got to remember, passport bros, man, we don't really come for nobody in this space. Everybody comes at us and it just return fire from us. All right. We just trying to get guys to expand their options, man. You don't have to go through that type of misery. You don't have to try to date on eggshells because you don't know if this woman trying to set you up. All right. You don't have to do that the most of the time overseas. But it's not just about the women, man. It's about the overall lifestyle, man. I was walking the beach today and it was funny because here the beaches is polar opposite than the beaches in Brazil. The beaches in Brazil are just live with music and action and women in bikinis and, just walking around, just a lot going on, right? In Brazil, it's loud. The beach is super loud in Brazil. You're going to hear everybody moving and shaking and dancing and playing the drums and playing loud music. But here, it's like a peaceful beach. It's real peaceful. You hear the little flute in the background. Everybody walking, everybody fully clothed on the beach. Nobody's really in the water. I'm like, wow, this is like the polar opposite. Now, I understand that the water is not the cleanest here where I'm at, but it's just a difference in culture. And both of those beaches are beautiful. Both of them are dope. They're nice, right? Just being by the beach in general. But it's just a difference in cultures, right? Like, wow, Brazil has the most dopest beach culture in the world. If you go to Brazil, man, you're in Copacabana, Rio de Janeiro, you will spend a lot of time on the beach. People start going to the beach in Rio at 5, 6 in the morning. All right. People actually sleep on the beach out there. You know, you can always go to the beach 2, 3 in the morning. You got people out there with big bonfires and everything like that. But it's really popping, I would say, between 2 and 7. You know, it's packed out there. It's the best experience you ever have on a beach, hands down, in my opinion. I haven't seen a better beach than the ones in Rio de Janeiro. All right. But it's the polar opposite. And that's the cultural part about it. That's the beauty about it, because that chaotic beach might not be your thing. You might want to come out of Asia where, you know, the beach is more of a peaceful and relaxing type of thing. That's another benefit, all right, of being overseas. All right. You got more time to explore what you want to do and find yourself. You don't have to go through all this BS. Like, there's always something going on in the States, man. It's always something. It's always this new disease. All right. You know, some police brutality case that went viral. It's always something over your head, some big Me Too case. Then they tearing somebody down with really no proof. They just trying to run a bag up on somebody. You know, we don't really control the self-image of black men on the television. Neither there's really in social media until pretty much now, where you got more guys like the lead attorney and O'Shea and Dennis Sperling, you know, being like thought leaders in this space, being successful, doing screens with suits on and everything. I'm always going to have a, you know, BMT t-shirt on. I might throw a blazer on one day or something. But for the most part, now we're able to kind of, you know, give a more balance to our self-image in the media. As for, you know, for years, all you had was the thug, the street dude, the pimp, the drug dealer, all right, or the shiesty dude. We grew up on those images and we internalize those images. And then we go out into the world, we think that every black man got something shady about him. Now we can kind of self-correct that to a certain degree. All right. And that is a good positive thing about social media. Let me catch up with some of these comments. All right, hold on. Let me see what we got going on here. I see your Bitcoin Bobby in the building. We got to do a crypto show soon. All right. All right. Shout out to my dude Bitcoin Bobby with $10 super chat, man. I really appreciate that, my bro. Women lying on men. Same thing happened to Tate when he lived in the UK. That's why he moved to Romania. She lied to the cops on Tate. The cops knew she was lying and still tried to keep him in jail. Yeah. Man, I've seen so many disputes and, you know, women lying and men lying, and it's just crazy, man. It's unfortunate that they would take. We know Georgia got some crazy laws, man. If those police come out in Georgia, somebody going to jail. Somebody gonna have to go. They're gonna remove, if it's a big argument, they're gonna remove one of you from the house, and now you in jail for a simple argument, dispute. People argue in relationships. You shouldn't have to go to jail because of it. But your neighbors might call the police on you. The police show up, they at your house. Somebody getting arrested. They're gonna get that money back for them spending that gas money to come out there. Believe that. All right. Shout out to Poor Man 31. Is that Pooh Man? Shout out to Pooh Man 313 with the $5 super chat. I really appreciate that. He says, thanks to BMT, Richie Mack, and Andre, etc. Yes, sir. We got a little system going on out here, man. We're just trying to get guys motivated. Listen, if you interested, you know, you can do your own research. You can go down a rabbit hole. There's plenty of travel channels now. You know, shout out to my dudes, Richie Mack, you know, Andre Love Crossing Borders. You know, you got Travelversity. You got Austin Holloman coming to the travel space. You know, he's coming in like a big dog. You know, you got different guys you can, you know, just listen to and do some research and say, you know what? Instead of me going to Miami this year, I don't think I'm going to go to Brazil this year. I'm going to go to Colombia. Be careful in Colombia. Or I'm going to Thailand or something. I'm going to stake my cheese. I'm going to do something a little different this year because it's a possibility it might change your life. So we're just putting the option out there for you guys. Like I said, we're not trying to get on other guys or like, hey, man, if you don't get a passport, you stupid or you dumb. We don't got time for that. This is a positive movement. And we're going to keep it a positive movement because there's a lot of good stuff that goes on. All right. Being an expat, being able to live overseas. All right. Being able to learn different language, culture and different foods. Right. You know, one of my dreams is, you know, and I'm going to do this soon, is to start a nonprofit organization where I can get young black boys from the inner city, right, and take them, I think between 12 and 18, take them outside of the inner city, and that 12 to 18, man, even younger, but I don't feel like chasing no, you know, kids around. But that 12 to 18, you know, that soft clay, you know, the boys' minds is very important. I happened to have a really good teacher when I was 17, bro. He was like a big brother to me. He was only like 5 years older than me or something. Yeah, he's about 7 years older than me. He's like a big brother. He made a big influence on my life, right? I talk like him today, basically. I still got something to, his mannerisms and everything, because he was such a big influence. He was a school teacher. He was a science teacher, man. And he had a big effect on my life. Shout out to Mr. Williams, just people like that. That's the influence I want to have, because I know if it wasn't for him, I might not be where I'm at today, because he was a positive brother. He liked to see people win. He was smart. He was intelligent. My teacher could hoop. He's going there talking, hoop. I remember when we got off one day, and at this time, I was basically without a home. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't go home or whatnot. And he welcomed me in and everything, but he would take me to the crib, and he was like, he dropped the teacher. He dropped the, he took the towel off, threw on the A-Town hat, and he was like, man, you better pump that gas, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Mr. Williams? Like, what's that? He just came to straight cool, brother. I was like, okay, he went in there and got a 40. He popped the 40. I'm 17. I'm looking at him like, Mr. Williams, really? You drink beer? And then he's like, hey, man, I got this fine honey coming over tonight. So you go in that bedroom, you got to stay in that bedroom all night. I don't even want you to know you here. I'm like, all right, bro, it's cool, So that right there made a big change in my life, man. I want to do the same thing for young kids, because I know that would change. If we can get these kids out of these inner cities between the ages of 12 and 18 and take them to Brazil, they can play basketball in the favela with the locals. They can go to a favela party. They can learn about the history. They can learn a little Portuguese. We can take them down to Colombia, take them to Community Threse, just all types of little activities. When they get back, them young boys get back to their neighborhoods. All right, when they get back to their little neighborhoods, they ain't gonna want to do no dirt. They ain't gonna want to be no hood dude, right? Because the problem is you got black boys looking up to the dudes in their neighborhood. I did it when I was 13, 14. That's why I say, man, shout out to Mr. Williams and my stepdad. Shout out to them, because I was looking up the dudes in my neighborhood, Seven Road, back in the 90s. You got dudes 16 pushing Mercedes Benzes and old schools with the 20-inch rims and everything. I'm like, man, what they doing? And then you find out they carjacking, stealing cars, selling drugs. That's very influential. But luckily, my mom removed me from all that type of stuff, put me in a good neighborhood, and I was able to be around some more progressive, intelligent black men. I was around my stepfather, and I was around, my teacher and everything. That really helped me out, especially during that age range. So that's why it's so important, man. This is a very important movement. This movement can really save lives all the way around. All right. Let me catch these super chats. I've been flowing for a little minute, and I'm gonna drop a link, guys. Don't worry, I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna drop a link. I ain't, don't worry. I got my party last night out here, so I'm good tonight. Shout out to my dude Derek Martin for becoming a new member, man. I really appreciate that, my guy. I'm dropping some new content tomorrow on the membership, by the way, and the Patreon. All right, shout out to my dude East Coast Kev with $10 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He says, just passing by, booking my trip to Colombia for my 40th birthday next year. I spent my 40th birthday in Colombia, but Brazil's looking real tempting. Brazil is off the chain, man. That's like one of the best places in the world to have a birthday party at. But Colombia is dope too. You'll have fun either way. Trust me. All right. Shout out to Ice Woden. Yeah, I know how to pronounce that, right? I guess you're from New Orleans or something like that. He says they just banned Brazil. Yes, off TikTok. They coming for Pass Bros next. Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that. I did not know that. Shout out to my dude, Yes Jonas. I'm sorry to hear that, because I saw some of his TikToks. Wow, that's amazing. I wonder what the issue is, why they did it. Shout out to Andrea Love Crossing Boys with the 20 mil. Hey, I was on his show earlier today. Got a little wild on there, so make sure you check his show out. Shout out to you, brother, for the 20 million pesos. I really appreciate that. He said, shout out to Mr. Williams once again. Yeah, Mr. Williams was that dude, man. He was that dude. He was that dude, man. He was the big brother I never had. Shout out to him. All right. Vegan VS says, amazing idea. That nonprofit status opens up doors too. Yeah, most definitely, man. Most definitely. Because I'm telling you, man, you know, when you see these young boys and they searching for their masculinity in the wrong, they trying to pull energy from the wrong direction because they have no masculinity in their home. So that they gonna go where they see on the block, on the streets, or on the television, which is damn near even worse. Because the television is just a facade. If you think you're about to hop in the drug game and become a millionaire overnight, you're sadly mistaken. You're a fool, especially in 2022. But that's the image they put out there, right? Yeah, I'm gonna sell some drugs. I'm gonna get some chains. I'm gonna get some little hood rats. I'm gonna get these cars. We want to remove that from them, man. Definitely want to remove that. So that's the problem. That's a major problem in our community, that Black boys really don't have a reference because there's no father in the household. They're very easily influenced by the music and the media, basically, especially in social media. When you got kids showing their guns off 17, 18, they got automatic weapons. It's way too much. It's way too much, man. So hopefully we can get that together, man. We will get that together, actually. I'm going to make it a point to get that together because that's going to definitely change some lives, man. That's going to definitely change some lives. Shout out to Vanna Black in the building. Shout out to you, bro. Yes, sir. New video coming on the Patreon very soon. Patreon was having some issues, man. Patreon been having some issues with the upload. They got to fix that. Shit. All right. Shout out to my dude, KB, with $15 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. BMT, what you are speaking on is another great revelation. Our male youth has very little to turn to other than their baby moms, gangster rap in the streets. I'm on board with you. Yeah, man. Brother, the true value in society is not the money, man. I know, guys, we all focus on the money. The money is good, but it's really the youth. It's a lot of value in the youth, man. All these, man, we got some brilliant young Black boys, but they being pushed in the wrong direction because they're not getting the attention that they really need, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, man, that they get out there and they get a criminal record. It makes it more difficult for them to get a good job. It's just a cycle, we want to bring them out of that because I can guarantee if we take 40 young Black boys to Brazil, all right, and like I say, we have like a little basketball game in the favela or something like that. We have different events. We take them to the beach. Those Black boys, when they get back, they just going to be, I guarantee, at least 38 out of 40 is going to leave all that mess alone. They be like, listen, man, I'm a passport kid. You know what I'm saying? I got a passport. I just left Brazil. I ain't worried about nothing that's going on outside these doors. I'm ready to go back. I'm about to go to college. I'm about to get some type of certificates, IT, and I'm going to move overseas. All right. All right. Gino Chaos Hedgie Richardson. That's a hell of a YouTube name. Let me say that again. Gino Chaos Hedgie Richardson with the $9.99 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. Watch out for these dudes who are calling passport bros all sorts of horrible things. Now flip-flopping because they see the topic makes money. I had to expose one such grifter on my channel. Hey, man, I did the same thing with AMS. Shout out to AMS, though. He came in with the white flag. And I was like, AMS, now you've been talking stuff about passport bros all on Fresh and Fit, all in some of your videos, all right? And I don't take your success away because you're successful, all right? You got a successful movement, in your men's improvement. But how you going to flip-flop? You came in with the white flag with the retreat mode. You said a few little things on, I think that was, whose show was that? I want to say that was Austin Holloman's show, actually. Shout out to him. I'm going to have him on here Monday night, so make sure you guys tune in for that show. Coach Greg Adams had a change of heart. Minister Jap, he's been flip-flopping. Minister Jap, we got a mutual homeboy, right? And his homeboy, shout out to my homeboy. He's like, man, hey, man, Farris, BMT, man, he ain't got no smoke for you. He said he just want to get along. He cool with you. But then you look on the screen or the show, and he's throwing passport bros under the bus again. So it's like, I don't know. He's a flip-flopper. Who knows? He's going to say what he feels at the moment. But you do got guys, like I say, they have been flip-flopping. Now, even some of the guys that's made videos in support of passport bros, You know, they ran your boy off in panels a couple of years ago. And I was telling guys, hey, man, you know, you got to travel. You know, you got to get a passport. You know, go to Brazil, go to Colombia. They was talking about I was a coward. I was running away from responsibilities, you know, all this, trying to save the black community. Now, all those guys, now they're making videos about Passport Bros because I saw what they didn't see a few years ago. Now, other guys saw this too. I'm not going to just pat myself on the back and say it was just me, right? But I said, man, listen, if y'all think y'all about to make some major moves in America the way it is right now in concerns of changing institutional powers and changing how the way these women think and are cultured without any type of control in the economy, bro, you wasting your time, bro. All right, you wasting your time. You know, you don't control what they see. You don't control what they hear. You don't control what they eat. All right. You don't control who hires them, who employs them. Okay. And you think you're about to make some serious adjustments by just going back and talking back and forth for 8 hours on YouTube? You think you're about to make some changes? It was a waste of time. All that was a waste of time, man. You diagnosed the problem. You said the issues. Now that you diagnosed the problem, it's time to come up with a solution. Well, Passport Bros is one of the solutions. Guys getting their passports is definitely one of the solutions. It's one of the better solutions. Man, I get calls all the time, right? I don't even talk to guys in the States any longer like that, you know, because I can't relate. You know, my guy calls me from Colombia. Man, what's going on in Colombia? Oh, man, they just gave us digital nomad visa. You can get that joint for 2 years. Oh, that's what's up. You know, peaceful day. Got a call brother from a dude in Brazil. Hey, man, we just had a dope favela party last night. You know, just the conversations that we have are totally different. All right. Got a guy that's bought an apartment. Shout out to my dude, Atlanta Street Promo and Podcast. Just bought an apartment in Colombia. All right. Shout out to my other dude, you know, just bought some property down there in Colombia. Colombia land is very reasonable in concerns of being versus the land you have to pay for in the States. That's how expensive it is. Right. So we have these type of conversations, man. And there are benefits besides the women. All right, family. Besides the women, I know it's hard because, you know, they see them women, they want to adjust. The problem is that I'm seeing is everybody is focused on the weekend warrior portion of the Passport Bros. All right. And they're Passport Bros. I mean, they got passports. They're traveling the world, right? You know, they can do what the hell they want to do. But those guys that come out there for the weekend and they go to certain spots in these countries, all right, and they do their thing, they have their entertainment, they have their fun. You can't put that on all black men with passports, all right? You got guys that, you know, they come out there, they get in relationships, they get married to women, they have long-term relationships, they happy, okay? You got a whole spectrum. Men are very different. We're not just this one thing. We're very different. This guy gets his rocks off doing this. This guy gets his rocks off doing this. This guy wants to go this way. This guy wants to go this way. He likes this country. I like this country, all right? We're all different, you know? So I don't want that message to be lost and just caught up because that's what they're throwing. They're throwing that one little portion of the weekend warriors all on Passport Bros, missing the whole point. You know, I broke something down on Andre's show today. I said, listen how simple this is. I'm just going to give you just a scenario, right? Say you got $10, all right? And you got two sides of the street. You got this side of the street right here. You got products on this side of the street. And you got products on that side of the street, all right? Now, you only got $10. And I say to you, hey, you know, if you walk across the street, you turn that 10 into 50, all right? What most people are going to do? Are they going to sit there on that side of the street because they're familiar, they already on that side of the street? Or are they going to say, hey, I can just walk to the side of the street and my money multiplies by 5 times? Are we missing that part? Is that not the part nobody is hearing? You know, maybe they don't understand the value of the American dollar. All right. What you can get with the American dollar overseas in a lot of these countries. All right. So much so that they're saying that Americans or foreigners in general from the West are gentrifying some of these tourist cities in these countries. Right. That's how long. But these countries are welcoming us in because we had COVID. You know, that kind of destroyed everybody's economy, especially, let's say, poorer countries. So they're trying to open it back up. And they're saying, hey, man, y'all come on. We got 2-year digital nomad visas. All you got to do, hey, just tell us you made $645. And trust me, if you get a lawyer to do it for you, it's going to be even easier. But I'm pretty sure you can do it yourself as far as applying for a visa. But if you get a lawyer in Colombia, trust me, you ain't gonna have no issues. All right, you get a lawyer in most of these countries, you know, you ain't gonna have no issues. All right, just gonna put that out there. Let's see who's all in the building. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a link, guys. You know, I'm not gonna do a long show today because I got another show lined up for tomorrow. But I am gonna drop a link, and we can just chop it up, man. You know, we can chop it up. We can talk about the temperature in America right now, as far as, you know, dating and all that stuff. The whole Me Too movement that's going on. The bans on social media. You know, we can chop it up. Or if you guys want to ask some questions about travel, we can talk about that as well. So let me go ahead and drop a link for the fam. We about to chop it up in here, man. We about to chop it up. Dudes, do me a favor and make sure you keep it clean when you come in the room. All right. Keep it clean and be respectful. All right. And try to be too long-winded. You know, try to get to the point because other people want to talk, you know. All right. Shout out to Jairus Williams. I just dropped a link. I appreciate the content. Grab fried chicken from an old lady, coconut ice cream, Blizzard from Dairy Queen and Central, or a round of Samsung and Coke on me. Shout out to Jairus Williams for the 99 cents super chat. He said that Samsung. Okay, yeah, and Central. Yeah, you out here. All right, that's what's up. Shout out to Jairus Williams. Hit me up, man. BlackmanTravels@gmail. Or if you're in the group, hit me up in the group, man. We got to link up. All right. East Coast Kev with the 5 super chat, man. I really appreciate it. He says, isn't it funny these PUA and dating coaches sounds like the very women they condemn? You think they would be happy, brothers are looking for better options. The dating coaches are running scared right now. You don't know how many times I've asked these guys to come on for a debate. Ask Lucario. Lucario's like, nah. You know, Stephen Dean, no. You know, and we hot right now, but they still don't want to do it because we'll tear their ass up. And they know that. You know, they know that all they can do is make loaded statements over and over again. You ain't got no game, so you got to go overseas. I played a clip in one of the videos I did this week, guys, of a PUA coach saying that if you pay them $12,000, it's better than traveling overseas. Paying them $12,000 is better than traveling overseas. $12,000 is a good amount of money in South America. Really, a lot of places, $12,000 is a lot of money. It's a good amount of money. That might be like 1/4 of your yearly salary. All right. But you would put that on game coaches that offer you no receipts of their lifestyle. None of them do. None of them. None of them even show a woman, a picture of them with a woman or a video of them with a woman. Nothing. Come on, man. Get out of here. They said that we're trying to manipulate these young guys. They actually made a statement. They said, we're trying to manipulate these young guys. Right? No, you're projecting what you guys are doing. All right. But hey, if that's what you want to do, if you want to waste $12,000 on some dude that has not dated, you know, seriously in America in 20-something years because he's been married or the whole time, he's telling you stuff that used to work in the 90s, the early 2000s before the emergence of social media. We back to that social media thing again. All right. Because it's been a large influence on the women of social media right now. Social media has been is definitely controlled now. All right. And I want to mention this about the BMT mobile app. The BMT mobile app will be out next month, but the beta version. So everybody that donates to the BMT app, all right, you will get an email with a download link to the App Store, and you will download it. And we're going to do a beta version, and we're going to just see what you guys come back with. We're going to fix some bugs. All right. The app should be fully released in 6 months. All right. But the guys that donated will have it early. All right. Of course, they'll have it early. And we get all the kinks set. So what's the reason? Why we need to do this thing? Because if you have a movement, if you have a masculine movement, all right, you have to have your own social media platform. Not account. You need your own social media platform. Now, if you're just an influencer, that's cool, right? But if you have a movement like BMT is a movement, the Passport Bros movement, at this point, with the way social media is being very controlled, all right, they try to limit the reach of, you know, the red pill, I guess you want to say talking points. All right. You got Andrew Tate, for example. He needs to have his own website. I'm sure he has his own website, but he should have his own social little thread on there where guys can connect. He should have his own group at this point. It's 2022. All right. These movements are going to start to separate themselves from these social media giants because we can clearly see if you have an opinion, that's unpopular with them, that they will remove you from their platform, especially if they feel like you're offensive to certain groups and to women. You might be speaking the 100% truth, right? That's why a lot of men don't understand it, but it's not about the truth, all right? It's about the agenda that they want to promote. We don't get too caught up in the webs here, but at this point, if you are part of a movement, you really got to move that into your own platform, your own website, your own app, where guys can communicate the way they want to communicate. So that's the importance of the mobile app. And let me tell you guys, it's looking good. All right. They working on it. It's looking good, man. And a few of us have it right now. A few of us is like I think it's about 30 of us. We have it right now because we're going back and forth with developers telling me what we don't like and what we do like. And just to see a feed of just, guys talking about their travels, posting photos and everything and saying what the hell they want to say, posting what the hell they want to post. It's a whole nother beast than what you would usually see on Facebook. All right. And it's private. It's private. So you can kind of get away with a whole lot more than you would be on Facebook. All right. Did I catch a super chat? Hold on. All right. So once again, family, I'm gonna go ahead and drop a link. If you guys want to hop on for a quick second, come on, hop on. That's I go hit these streets, man. It's Saturday night out here. All right. Shout out to Quantrell P with the $4.99 super chat. He says, that dude, Gino, exposed angry man, clowning passport bros. See, I haven't seen the clip. I've heard something like that. I've heard people been taking shots, but I haven't seen the clip personally. I don't know why angry man would have the issue. But anyway, let me read that super chat. That dude, Gino, exposed angry man, clowning passport bros as pedos and 30-foot hunters. Now AM saying he wants to go to Brazil. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on, dude. A lot of flip-flopping. Shout out to my dude, Ed Travel, with the 5 super chat. Shout out to Aaron, Andre, and Jay Williams. Keep up dropping facts. Appreciate that. Ed Travels with the 5 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. Somebody said Lukukio. East Coast Kel said Cap. All right. Raymond Farm D with a 5 super chat. He says, it's a shame that women can say what they want. It's almost put me in a fit of depression. Thanks to the passport bros, I know now I have options. So just an option, bro. Just have an option. Hey, if you don't like it, if it's not for you, hey, I've had guys that say they went to Brazil and they really didn't like it, which is cool. But I asked them, okay, what did you do in Brazil? I went to the beach. I went to the bar. What else did you do? Oh, I went to the Christ Redeemer. All right, anything else? That's pretty much it. I said, man, you didn't experience anything in Brazil. You was down there just sitting in your hotel room, right? You didn't get to experience anything, so you're not going to have a great time like that, especially if it's just in one portion of Rio de Janeiro. All right, Pooh Man 313 asks how to donate to the app. Once we release the beta version, all right, and you guys can see the app on the phone, you know it's out there, you hear guys talking about it. That's when we'll start raising money again for the mobile app, because we definitely got to have a staff to be able to run the mobile app. It's a lot of work, to run the mobile app. So we're going to start running a Kickstarter campaign as soon as we release the beta version. We want you to have it on your phone so you can see we out here working, baby. You already know. Like I say, it's looking real good, fam. It's looking real good. I wish I could show you a little bit, but I'm going to wait maybe a few more weeks so I can really just show you guys. I just don't want to just do one of these on the screen with the mobile app. I want to be able to pull some stuff up, all right? But you guys going to enjoy it. Like I said before, it's about 30 of us with the app right now. And just within that 30, because, I'm uploading all types of stuff, to be honest with you. Just with that 30, it's off the chain. As a matter of fact, we be on the app more so than even on the Facebook groups already with just 30 guys. So that lets you know. We need our own social media platform for sure. Yeah, most definitely, man. Once we start moving to our own social media first, especially in the groups. And you know what's funny? This is another reason. We got some haters. And I see in the comment sections of these haters' videos, all right, these defamational videos of non-truths, guys just trying to get views and subs off just bashing black men, right? That have more subs than them. All right. You got guys in the group commenting on the videos. Yeah, man, this was be going on in the group, man. I thought the group was this, man. Dry snitching. That's why we're gonna have the app. Once we get that app out, family, I'm telling you, the Facebook group is just gonna be like a springboard, right? You can go in there, you get some good information, but all the real activity is gonna be on the mobile app, where there will be a paywall up to keep all the riffraff out. All right, and of course to pay our developers and our employees. No, ain't nobody about to shut BMT down, bro. Ain't nobody about to shut BMT down. We good. You know what? People be asking me about Discord. The app is going to be better than Discord. The app is going to be better than Discord, right? I'm not a big fan of Discord like that. I think the layout could be a little better, but it's going to be better than Discord. But this is the thing, family. I get that. That's what we're used to right now is going on other groups of men, social media platforms, right? They're owned by them, right? So we at the mercy of them. I know Discord is a little bit more liberal. We got Twitter and everything, but we need our own. All right. It's 2022. We can have our own now. We got to be our own bosses. We got to be our own owners. All right. We got to stop getting mad when these social media giants say, hey, get off our platform. It's their platform. I think Dame Dash mentioned that one time about the guys in the NFL complaining about, what was going on. They wanted to protest and kneel, and the NFL was against it, right? Damon Dash said, well, it's what they want to do. It's the NFL. It's their company. It's their corporation. You're an employee of the NFL. So they tell you what to do, and they pay you. So you got to do what they say do. All right? You can pat all you want, but it's not a black football league that's big as the NFL or a baseball, basketball league. So you got to do what you're basically an employee, like anybody else is an employee. You got to do what they say do. All right. That's why we need our own platform, man. We got to get off that dependence on everybody else. All right, let me get this little troll out of here real quick. Get up out of here, troll. All right. Shout out to Dark Green with the $5 super chat. Kings, the world is yours. Feminists don't run us. That's true. That's very true. Somebody said they're moving to Medellin on the 30th of this month. Can't wait. Hey, man, shout out to you. Shout out on the move. Shout out on the move. You know? Somebody said Discord is whack. All right. Great type, pathetic, useless advice. I agree, man. I agree. I got a lot of smoke for them PUA coaches, man, but they don't want to, they rather do panel videos talking about us, right? Because we hot right now, than actually get on a live panel and talk it out, right? Passport bros over here, PUA coaches over here. But you know what's going to happen? They're just going to get loud. They're going to get emotional because they really can't say anything, all right? Because they don't know. They don't travel. They don't have the information. All right. So it will be a massacre, basically. That's why they don't want to engage. They know it'll be a massacre. They know we'll out-talk them. They know we'll show them receipts, all right, which they don't provide. I don't know how somebody charging you $4,000 for a consultation. Not to hate on the hustle. Shout out to them for the hustle. But damn, bro, no receipts. Come on now. Yeah, we ain't worried about it, man. We ain't worried about it. We're keeping it positive, bro. We're going to always have haters. You're going to always have some haters. And haters are desperate. They'll say anything. All right? A lot of untruths. But it is what it is, family. It is what it is. All right. All right, guys. So since nobody hopped on the link, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the show here. All right. Once again, if you haven't joined the private Facebook group, make sure to join the private Facebook group, guys. All right. Black Men Travels 2.0 and Passport Bros. Shout out to my dude, Dennis Jean-Pierre in the building. Shout out to you, Dennis Jean-Pierre. You guys go make sure you check out his channel. Really good channel on Brazil. All right. Let's see. I think we don't follow none by people that aren't experts. So why Andrew Tate him again? All right, we discussed that earlier, bro. We discussed that. I played a little clip. You can go to the beginning of the video about Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is actually biracial, by the way. You know, his father was black. He's one of the first black grandmaster chess players. I played chess in high school as well. Chess is a difficult game, man. It definitely builds the brain. All right, especially guys that be moving the pieces all fast in the parks. Hell nah. You know, I'm more of a poker player myself, though. All right. Shout out to Dan Jean-Pierre with the $5 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. Andrew Tate, dude just came out of nowhere right after Kevin Samuels died. I did see a lot of his stuff before Kevin Samuels passed away. I had a troll hit me on Instagram this morning. Pathetic. Yeah, man. You know, hey, you're gonna get haters, you're gonna get trolls, unfortunately. Poor man 313. If you don't have a profile pic, man, we don't let guys about the profile pics into the group. So just make sure you have a profile pic, bro. Even if you take it back down, once you get in the group, just make sure you have a profile pic. All right. So, all right, family, we're gonna get on up out of here, man. Peace.
See, I'm repping that BMT. No matter where I go, no matter where I be. We'll be rocking it like that, man. I love the fit of this shirt, bro.
Bro, look, I just happened to get off the elevator. Look at it. The BMT shirt on. You know, we representing all the way in Thailand, man.
What's up, y'all? It's the Travel OG, and I gotta do my BMT commercial, man, for my BMT shirt, man. This shirt is so dope, man. It shows off your guns, fits your muscles, gives you room at the bottom for the belly, and then you repping the BMT brand, man. So make sure y'all pick up that BMT shirt, because it's fire. It looks good. He got them in different colors, and I'm telling y'all, man, the fit, it ain't that cheap. It's a real quality shirt, man. I love it, BMT. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for blessing me with the shirt. And I'll see you on the other side. You dig?
Fellas, don't forget to check out the Black Man Travels merch store, where you can purchase BMT t-shirts, tank tops, travel quote tees, and much more.
Here in Pattaya, Thailand, representing for my brother BMT.
Yes, sir.
Travel is life.
You will be on a commercial when you